Yeah, Ghanaian journalist or surgeon NDC journalist and can omo ada Nahama say on other the military or the soldiers na enkane no omo Mame Mensa on order omo nyina mfro because Mame Mensa any kwan say soldier for no any police for no eguso at post because oma ban any so biom because there was a time after giant any charity say mo be electoral commission na ohwe protection na dem omo it's not up to Mame Mensa because boni ben na wadi nti we the Ghanaian journalist and I say journalist or NDC ni mapa otu da ko that just say omo ginam na NDC ba power ka just say John Dramani Mahama why be ye sure say Mame Mensa na bra so say soldier for na ntini na akukudama ye si big tector ne bag bi mo fufuo mo omo like Mensa you show omo that's not their duty post was say Mama with immediate effect no one withdraws our troops in front the premises of Mensa fee ebushien kwoti ha okal and wom sa because Mensa ankasa na was say you resigning and as a Mahama sake no because omampanyi Mahama or che so ono so agenda they find let's give him the benefit of doubt because Mame Mensa don't deserve to be in power because he was collaborating with MPP remember na NDC for drop petition mo metino ye beto aba no twen maso ebushien yekotie Mensa need to leave office and also as Ghanaian top journalist or Ghana ni NDC ni all down say on whether with Mensa the military and the troops you know with immediate effect normally leave post na Mensa say onya ankona because Mensa enye di panse na ferryman jan onye di panse charity say onye di panse wo mo di kan be electoral commission la wo Ghana asase so bisua yenkwa we ni nsem asenfo for so kan wa yebeti otu da ko and a drop nsem ni nyina e wo dwuma dey friend the citizenship so nyame isha opa ye.
And so, Mr. Speaker, we will respectfully call upon you to have the minister be guided and not make comments which will elicit a debate. There will be an opportunity for that. I will be ready to have the debate with them. So, Mr. Speaker, let me be guided.
Thank you very much. In actual fact, I decided to
72 hours times 18,000 euros. And you're saying, calculate. Yes, Ghana was doing that. We had journalists in this country. They never said a word. They should come and say a word this time. They will see. They will see. They will see. I don't know where Ghana for Bonisa. I don't know where Ghana for Bonisa. Na say Emre Biadu near so bibia. Ofa kwa mbono bisone Ghana tonight. Bra bebu ubone huwa konta. And wait, Obianka second Oforiata is guilty. An investigation process. And kwasi say a court of competent jurisdiction bet me say Ora ken Oforiata is guilty no. It's just a process. Entiare na usuro. Ora ken Oforiata ade na usuro. What was 2-3 months ago you were in power. You guys were powerful. Gabi Ocheda ko na ba no. Bedi atu na ba no. Ah, ken Oforiata na ba no. Nana Kufaru na ba no. Maame no de sika to wig ni designer bags any crayon no. Ba me ayire no. One or design. Samira, very beautiful woman. Oh no ba no. You guys thought you stay in power forever. And then mum run here. And I hope say police ni soldiers na the electoral commissioner let you know. I hope that by now you guys have withdrawn it. I don't know about that. Kwame. I hope that soldiers na the electoral commissioner let you know. I hope that by now they have withdrawn them. Because if they've not withdrawn them, they should withdraw them with immediate effect. Kwame, get me Mustafa Bandi, Fiedo. Me press Ghana for Behunu Senya 2017, time when NDC for a free power. Monshe Senya, Deputy General Edoso, Obedi Etria. Ne Sentino, Etrasa or instituted some fund. So he institutionalized what we call the sinking fund. It is with the sinking fund that John Dramani Mahama, SC, and no timid tree or Mampeni Kufokano, a kind of no boy, and yet I most the boy, a Mampeni Kufo the boss Akano. And so John Dramani Mahama, or Pepper, and to watch and or bra, or my gun and teaching, he made sure so ye wejuma. Look at what John Dramani Mahama did. Never compare, another Danko Kufado, a baby. making sure, sir, time when we take over, and this is where I'm going. There were about over 8,000 nurses. I don't mind clearance. Tiasami America, you. One boy esu. They are crying more than the brief. Omo esu see a yin of wedding. Tiasami America. Time when people take over in 2017, there were over 8,000 nurses. And I am clearance. As some Kwajuma. Nanado Dankwa Kufado. No Rabamia. Any kind of Foriata we are. Omo Yomedi. Omo Yomedi. Oman kai so me Ghana for and the so me Ghana for na sa time no free Burkina Faso sa time no free Germany no free Guyana and no free Banana Republic afedia ya kai so me Ghana for nyatwemfo hypocrite criminal hypocrite as if that is not enough. Public sector workers, they are over 9,000. Are you aware, son, and Nakufado? Led by Owuro Safumafu. And Kwame, get me your Safumafu state, please. Get me your Safumafu state. Owuro Safumafu, Omwiji, over 9,000 public workers a day. Omwiji Omedi. Oman Kaiso Ghana for. Yakeka Bomuno. Not just another Dankwa Kufado or Safumafu Kenoforiata. Ghana for more than 13,000 a day because you see I'm form wom repem. Na owura osafuma for call ministerial interview and you bisa na say e dey na wodwene fa ensem bi say ho
and every sector institution in this country. So if I'm appointed a new minister and your payroll, you are not on the payroll till December, the day of the election, and you're going to appear on the payroll for January. When were you engaged in that particular thing? You are going to create a problem. If names appear on the payroll after December, we definitely will lay them off quietly. Payroll for every department and every sector institution in this country. So if I'm appointed a new minister, and your payroll, you are not on the payroll till December, the day of the election, and you're going to appear on the payroll for January. When were you engaged in that particular thing? You are going to create a problem. If names appear on the payroll after December, we definitely will lay them off quietly. Payroll for every department and every sector institution in this country. So if I'm appointed a new minister, and your payroll, you are not on the payroll till December, the day of the election, and you're going to appear on the payroll for January. When were you engaged in that particular thing? You are going to create a problem. If names appear on the payroll after December, we definitely will lay them off quietly. Payroll for every department and every sector.
NDC for over 13,000. In Muntie, Eugene Sambo no Muntie no Safuma for Kaye. Muntie.
Payroll for every department and every institution in this country. So if I'm appointed, payroll for every department and every sector institution in this country. So if I'm appointed a new minister, and your payroll, you are not on the payroll till December, the day of the election, and you're going to appear on the payroll for January. When were you engaged in that particular thing? You are going to create a problem. If names appear on the payroll after December, we definitely will lay them off quietly. Payroll for every department and every sector institution in this country. So if I'm appointed a new minister, and your payroll, you are not on the payroll till December, the day of the election, and you're going to appear on the payroll for January. When were you engaged in that particular thing? You are going to create a problem. If names appear on the payroll after December, we definitely will lay them off quietly. Payroll for every department and every sector institution in this country. So if I'm appointed
na say yemo wadwuma before 7 December na man yes adwuma because don't forget say during that time no the transition period na ye to aba no on the 7th na free saa bere no wunya adwuma obisa say identity say wapie no tua oka in January na obisa say what time were you engaged and nothing I make sure say over 8,000 nurses are no manya clearance means almost start adwuma wo enya afeni ye do makọ hye o ka say ye de mo be call ebia these hospitals and these health centers in tie mama omanya clearance omo yi omo nyina firi over 9,000 public workers omo yi omo nyina firi omo yi omo nyina di eti eba ne say ne the venerable chief of staff in the person is Owura Julius Debra, fantastic man. I can say why you be engage you after 7th Munyina, if you are qualified, you may reapply. I don't know, but never know. I don't think that's MPP to swear. Nobody say, Munu, they are gonna for come and to Massaye. And this is the same thing there. As I'm doing, why do you do that? Why do you do that? Time will rest of my for same way. He said it before Parliament. And same way, or can before he said this before Parliament. And you're anybody. And Kwame, my main quality even this. Na me fancy na yenya juma kakrofi. My main quality even this to the cocoa industry, because I know sir, Honorable Minister for Agric, Owura Eric Opoku, one of the most intelligent guys I've ever come across. One person I know say he will deliver. Oh yeah. Eric Opoku make a time anything. Minim say on good job Mahama ni mase. And Owura Eric Opoku tie me a. Me sra ukura mudiem. Because you're a fantastic man. What can send be at the state of Ghana's cocoa industry? Now, do you know why I'm a person do one? Because Ghana Tourism Authority, together with Ghana Cocoa Board, I launched a year. Oma Clamasi the final launch of the chocolate week. Yeah, Akroma Mausoleum. Now, you say, sadly, you launch. What is the state of Ghana's cocoa industry? Time where Mr. Yesuan there, you see Ghana was the leading exporter of cocoa, and then Cote d'Ivoire trying. What changed? Because Akroma quite good I'm saying. Hey, Crawford bed terminate Dawson. Make a terminate na metia. Na me hunu Crawford echo prison. E Crawford bed terminate Dawson. Because Galam say cry amaso. Won to in the squad, crash say, e ho kra de yenya nwura ho. Omo bedam Dawson. Omo say ensuwa. Those who have ravaged our forest and decimated our river, Omo Dawson. When say Cocoa Board for the first time under Kufado, Eko Pebesia, syndicated loan, Onsiamon. Almost said that the catcher say, person Bakoja Besia, Bua, Omunya Kono at the international market, because Omun say among Besia Mintia. Now, let's listen to what Honorable Minister said. My the state of our cocoa industry. And I'm saying this, or I'm playing this because a special day for our cocoa industry. And a special day for cocoa industry. But my answer, Dr. Randy Abi, Kwam. He's a fantastic man. Dr. Randy Abi. Kwam so chiao, meso me chia pa. It's Dr. Randy Abi. Baby I will be a menstruate. Oh dear, they should come and jigger. We dare your back. You only say, look forward, just do your job. We dare your back. Yamo be any some Akroma Kwame. It's Dr. Randy Abi. See you, Ghana Cocoa Board. Minim say, one 2 years. I must say, but I know several never so to resurrect the cocoa industry once more. And John Nahama, now fertilizers you free mercury for. And the Kufado, fertilizer and actually not for sale. Cotton mercury for. So I'm happy say Ghana for sending John Dramani Mahama Abba. Now let's go. Yanko Thierry Kopoku, one Rawere Kopoku, fantastic man. Yeah, so live on Akroma 105 FM. We didn't know to Dako. Yanko Tienia, honorable Kai.
The company of Ghana
the state
is unable to produce up to capacity largely because of lack of cocoa beans. And I was lamenting over the paradoxical situation where the second largest producer of cocoa is unable to deliver beans for processing in its own country. Mr. Speaker, this comes to cocoa production, and honorable members who earlier on contributed alluded to the need for us to look at how we can increase cocoa production. Mr. Speaker, the first point raised by one of our colleagues from the other side had to do with the producer price of cocoa. His view was that we should give the cocoa farmers competitive prices to motivate them to produce more cocoa so that we can have enough to feed our processing factories. I agree perfectly with our colleague, and this is some of the issues we have raised over the years. Mr. Speaker, at any point in time, the cocoa farmer must be given not less than 60% of the world market price. And you recall that I have stated this here more than 1 million times, especially when we realize that in the past years, especially last year, cocoa farmers were being given 30% of the FOB price. We spoke against that. And stated categorically that given the opportunity, will ensure that farmers are given more than 60% of the world market price. And Mr. Speaker, the former Western Regional Minister,
Please. Oh, honorable member, please don't say that. Withdraw that, please.
And Mr. Speaker, the former Western Regional Minister indicated to me that Eric Opoku, you have the opportunity now, increase the producer price. That was what he told me. And I said, Honorable, I will respond to that. Mr. Speaker, my response is this. We are fully determined to give cocoa farmers more than 60%. We want to give them 70%. But they know they have set a trap for us. The trap is that in their handing over notes, they indicated that the cocoa board owes their creditors an amount of 27 billion Ghana cedis. And that 5.37 billion cedis is due for payment this year. Mr. Speaker, what that means is that this year, if you get the money, set aside 5.37 billion to pay for the debt before you proceed to determine the producer price of cocoa. That is what they have bequeathed to us. And so it is surprising. It is surprising that after creating this mess, you have the courage to mount pressure on us to increase producer price today, while at the same time you are urging us to go and pay debt. Mr. Speaker, I am making a contribution to statements, but because he invited me to respond to that, I decided to seize this opportunity to let them know that if Ghanaian cocoa farmers are unable to get the 70% they deserve, it is because of their huge debt that they have given to us. They have created it. Then again, Mr. Speaker, they talk about, one of them raised the issue about produce buying company. And I remember you said, when it gets to my turn, I shall respond to that.
Yeah.
Mr. Speaker, yes, the produce buying company, as we speak, is on its knees. It is completely dead. And we have to do a lot of things to bring it back to life. In 2016, when we handed over to them, it was prosperous and vibrant. In 2015, PBC made profits, and part of the profits was invested in the rehabilitation of golden beans in Kumasi. As of what you know, golden beans. To rehabilitate that. Mr. Speaker, within the last 8 years, PBC has been reduced to nothing, to the extent that in the past 2 years, they were unable to buy 1 bag of cocoa for this nation. PBC was the largest purchaser of cocoa in Ghana in 2016. They purchased 30.1%.
Honorable, I thought you would just explain without actually moving into politics. It's like you are debating now.
Mr. Speaker, I was just responding to the issue issues raised by our colleagues, and then also prefer solutions to solve the very challenges
okay,
we are mentioning over.
Let me hear Honorable Member for Damango.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, what is before us this afternoon is a statement.
Abusuane na ahwe no subscribe she dwumadi na like na share. Ba me je Mensa ehun asem na eka ne. Moreover, Keno Foriata nso na the trending news as say o twagu ewo man ne mu. Aye say Keno Foriata baby o she bia no eye fugitive of eye justice na na say the eka no. Ye declare say Withdrawn wanted baby o she bia no omra bam no omebisa bisa kwashim. The ntia asem we emane enwan say Nahama be president the period of 8 years na what Ghana want to kwan go baby a say ojin say wo evidence bia fa prosecute ba wo as a state minister ye we about to ikura is 1 month in power what Ghana from anymore fine you say any problem. So when are you returning back o lawyers if say wo eye Keno Foriata say no wa from man no kwajara sent unim da beba eno na ma yuram na Kesi Japan so be decline wanted say baby a obia no then on ma the law ben for so said they obetimi about o mine mo ebusu aman for nsem ne doso ene begu ya pono so God bless you.